This message is for David Adler, Code Pink, Progressive International, Ada Kalo, Jeremy Corbyn, Rashida Tlaib, Tiago Avila, Hassan Piker, Greta Thunberg, and all of you involved in the new international circus called Nuestra America Convoy. Let me be very clear. Right now, as I record this, our Cuban brothers and sisters are in the streets fighting for freedom. People in Cuba are risking prison, repression, and their lives for rebelling against a government that has enslaved us Cubans for almost 7 decades, and more than 1,200 political prisoners are proof of my statement. Yes, but that same government all of you are sitting there chit-chatting with. None of you are welcomed by the people. You are being welcomed by the murderers, repressors, tyrants who think, own, and control our island. You are not going to use our people as part of your circus to fund your leftist propaganda, and I will make sure that the world knows the truth. For decades, we, the Cuban exiles, have supported the island ourselves. Every year, between $1.8 and $2 billion flows from us, Cuban families abroad, to our relatives on the island. That money does not come from governments, and it does not come from international activists who suddenly show up for a photo opportunity. It comes from us, mothers, sons, daughters, brothers, working hard every single day in exile. So do not pretend you're arriving to save Cuba, because you're not. Also, stop blaming the embargo. For more than 67 years, the Cuban regime has tried to blame the economic collapse of the island on what they call a blockade. But the reality is very different. The United States has remained one of the largest suppliers of food to Cuba for decades, also selling hundreds of millions of dollars in agricultural products yearly. While Cuba trades for more than 100 countries around the world, where is the embargo? The truth is that the Cuban economy collapsed because it is run by a centralized system that confiscates wealth, destroys productivity, and mismanages resources, controlled by incompetents who know nothing about economy. They just steal everything. The Cuban government turned our country into a parasite. Instead of maintaining a real economy, the regime survived on foreign subsidies, first from the USSR, then Venezuela, and now Mexico. In the meantime, high-rises are being built with people's money like Torreca in Havana, a great example of how much money passes through their hands and is stolen from us. This crisis is not Donald Trump's fault. We Cubans actually wished Donald Trump were a president. I traveled just to vote for him from Mexico last elections, and 75% of nationalized Cubans voted for him in the U.S. And for us, it would be great to be able to vote for the first time in 67 years. You are aware the Cuban leaders are imposed on us, right? That our constitution was violated to meet the island's owners' needs to remain in control? That is not the result of sanctions. It is the result of corruption, theft, and catastrophic economic management. What we Cubans want is freedom, not charity. We have enough money in Miami to continue supporting the island. You do know Miami, right? The town of free Cubans? What we want is freedom. We welcome anyone in the international community willing to help us achieve what we have been denied for more than 6 decades: free international supervised elections and the right to choose our own government. What Cuba needs is not propaganda, not excuses, and not more subsidies to keep a dictatorship alive. What Cuba needs is liberty, democracy, and the right of the people to finally decide their own future. So here is the message for all of you. Right now, get the hell out of the way. Back off. We, the Cubans, do not need you speaking for us. We have a voice inside and outside the island, and it's not the government. We don't want you. We don't need you. We will not be used for this circus. Respect Cubans' freedom will. Leave Cuba to the Cubans, Marco Rubio or President Trump.